There's some really cool things when I was watching your run that I didn't know about this game.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff.
You missed the hoots. Those are hoot rods.
Alright.
What's your PB?
Oh, wait, we gotta name our character.
17.
Okay.
Let's name him Link.
Link 64.
Oh my gosh. No, that's way too cringe.
Link
XX Link 64 XX.
XX underscore Link.
No, you need the X.
What is it?
XX Link XX.
Alright.
XX. Beautiful.
Bro, you're not even doing lowercase capital?
No, yeah, we need.
Yeah, you
Okay, so go back.
Oh my god.
Lowercase
Go
x,
back.
capitalize X.
No, it's capital first.
No,
it's
it's
small big.
It's small.
You.
Yeah, and then Link.
Then do.
Yeah,
Link.
Yep.
Yeah. Unless you want to be hip and trendy, in which case you would do a lowercase.
Yeah. And then uppercase and lowercase.
There we go.
There we go, guys. Link.
Alright.
XX Link XX.
Let's do this. Here we go. And
3.
Do you have timer?
Yep. 3.
2, 1, go! Let's try that again. I was on edge. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go!
Alright, now we have a 5-minute unskippable
Okay.
cutscene.
Lay back a little bit, Joe. Let's do a little interview here.
Yeah.
How's it going, man?
I have things I need to talk about. But I'll answer all your questions.
Sure, talk.
I had a moment of stand
Alright,
and
folks.
getting really unsettled with Ryan Cutout being directed.
Yes.
How's he doing?
He's staring.
Alright, so this is The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. We're playing Moonjump all dungeons. So we gotta beat all the dungeons. Dragon Root's Cavern, Forbidden Woods, Tower of the Gods, Forsaken Fortress, Earth and Wind Temples, and then Gen's Tower beat the game. And then we also have the Moonjump ability. So same general principle as my TP Twilight Princess run last year. So literally, the week after BGDH last year, I got the idea to do this. And I did, I made a route and did a run of it. It was a 3-segment run because I was really bad at the game, so I was struggling with tricks. But it ended up being about 3.5 hours. And from there, I just kept progressively learning new things and got it down to about 3 hours and 9 minutes. Basically doing the all dungeons route with some alterations in the beginning sections. Eventually, our good friend from college, the Legend of Lame, we know him as Blake. He really helped out in making this run what it is. So when I first started doing this run, I was using a regular Moonjump code that we're used to seeing in Twilight Princess, where it basically is imitating an actual jump and then it's just infinite, right? So we were both kind of figuring out strats. He got interested a little ways in of me doing this, and we realized that in the Moonjump 80% runs, they had much faster Moonjumps, and they were able to do some tricks that I was not able to do with my Moonjump. So we ended up realizing they were using what's known as a super Moonjump. And so we were trying to figure out how to get it, and so eventually we found the code and we put it in, and realized the super Moonjump is super hard to control, because the difference is it literally is not even a jump. You just press the button and it just shoots you up, right? It doesn't even do a jump.
Oh, jeez.
So, and at first I was kind of hesitant of even including this because it felt a little cheaper, but because it was in official leaderboard runs and that's the one that they actually use, I was like okay with using it. And it doesn't really take over the run. It's going to be used for some optimizations and then some cool tricks throughout the run. But 99% of the time we'll be using regular Moonjump. So he helped a lot with that and for finding various strats throughout the run that we'll be talking about. So we brought it down from the 309. We added a bunch of skips and got it down to my record now is 228. We're going to try to beat it and hopefully under 2 hours and 40 minutes. I think this is probably the hardest speedrun I've tried to learn in quite a while, probably since learning Twilight Princess 90%, to be honest, where I really had to learn the game from scratch almost, and it's a big run. Yeah. Any questions before we kind of get into the meat of the run here from our interviewer? Anything?
So,
from you?
Joe,
Yes.
did you know that there is a Moonjump glitch in this game?
Tell us about it. Yeah.
Yes. Tell us about it.
So there's this glitch called zombie hovering where, basically if you get knocked down to 0 hearts, there's like a frame where you can like mash. I don't remember what you mash, but you basically can hover in the air. And the problem is though that if you don't have like a fairy or if you can't land on like a heart, you just instantly die.
Yeah.
Uh,
What you're saying is Joe is cheating for no reason.
yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, he should be doing that.
Zombie
every
hover
single time.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
So zombie hover is obviously a glitch that's not useful to us at all.
No.
But what I want to say though is this run has a great balance between glitches that are unique to Wind Waker and make it super cool, and unique Moonjump things that are that you wouldn't see in normal Wind Waker runs. So it really has a good balance. You'll see plenty of Wind Waker glitches if you've seen runs of this before. So normally what runs would do at the beginning is what's known as a manual super swim, where you pause buffer back and forth in the water for like 3 minutes and then build up a bunch of speed and shoot out to Dragon Roost and get the Wind Waker. It's very, very hard. We aren't going to be doing that, and we don't really need to do that to get out of here quick. We'll be doing something a little different.
Will you be moon jumping?
We will be moon jumping to accomplish this, yes.
This is actually super cool.
Alright, so we're going to hop down here. We're going to be jumping out into the ocean, and maybe you can guess in your head where we might be heading to.
Land.
So we're going to just jump out here. And we're just going to go into the ocean. Eventually we'll maybe fall down. Oh, we're on something.
Oh, what is this?
I wonder what it is. It's like you're on something.
Alright, so we're opening a door.
Alright.
And we're in the pirate
We're
ship.
in the pirate ship.
Alright, so the pirate ship collision is loaded at all times. You just can't see it normally until a little bit later into outset. So that skips about 10 minutes doing all the outset things. So this is what's really cool about doing a Moonjump run. We're able to do the all dungeons route without having to do some of the really hard things and keep it interesting by doing a lot of the glitches, but in a fast-paced speed run that is a lot more accessible. So it's really nice, a good alternative. I do think technically a route with manual super swim would be faster, but not by too much. This is a great alternative. So this is where you go right after getting the sword and shield and saving Tetra and all that stuff on outset. You have to go in here and do this little deal with Nico. As you might imagine, this obstacle course is not going to be too challenging.
It's
This,
my favorite dungeon in the game, by the way.
This is cooler than manual super swimming, by the way.
I don't know. The super swim's pretty cool, but it takes a long time. It's kind of not exciting for a little bit, and then it gets exciting after like 3 minutes.
We also get to, later in the run, we're gonna see some super swimming. Just not manual though.
Yes. All right.
Automatic.
Automatic.
So this spoils back here. We really don't want this, but we have to get it to progress and get the pirate ship at Forsaken Fortress. This is a dungeon you do in 2 parts. We don't technically complete it the first visit, but you have to complete it in order to progress the game a little bit. I'll get into that later on. But what we're going to do is something pretty interesting here. Right now, you're supposed to go up and talk to Tetra and trigger a cutscene where you get launched over here in a cannon to Forsaken Fortress. If you don't watch that cutscene, your save spawn stays at the pirate ship. So we're going to do something pretty interesting once we get to Forsaken
I
Fortress.
was actually wondering about that.
Yeah.
what happens
Yeah.
later.
Yeah. So we're kind of jumping a good amount across the ocean. You might think jumping island to island might be something we would do in a speedrun like this. It's really not something you want to do. This isn't even close to one full quadrant, and it still takes a good amount of time to get over here. So even though you could jump island to island, it's way too slow to do that. That's really not necessary to make the run fast. I was a little bit off on my landing spot there. Alright, so right here you get the Gossip Stone. When you get the Gossip Stone, this puts the pirate ship in its next state. Normally you can't get back to the pirate ship after you... This is like where you land after coming here.
Okay.
So once you get this, the pirate ship is in its next state, which you normally go to after the second dungeon, Forbidden Woods. But what we can do is we're going to get some money here first. Since our save spawn is still set there, we can just do a save warp and head back to the pirate ship, and we'll be able to get bombs early.
Yeah, normally to get bombs, you have to go to Windfall, which is the next island, but the second visit of Windfall.
Yeah, it's quite a detour, and you have to do like a whole password thing. You could skip the password. You could skip the password, but it's definitely faster doing this alternative.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we're down to pirate ship 2. So within the past 2 minutes, he's changed this entire area here.
Oh man, it's another puzzle.
This one's slightly harder because he closes the gate, so we have to open it first.
So much more difficult.
All right.
All right, that's the hard part.
Whoa.
So bombs are really good because, for a number of reasons, the biggest use that they'll have early on, is Forbidden Woods, which is the second dungeon. We can beat that dungeon in just a few minutes by having bombs early. So it's really good. So one interesting thing, if you were to leave here normally, like as in like go through the actual door without save warping, you would actually go to Windfall and fall into the ocean, because that's where the pirate ship should be. But with the save warp, it'll still stay at Forsaken Fortress here. All right, so now a little bit different angle here. You might want to mute that.
Mute what?
There's notifications coming up, making sound.
I thought that was something else.
I don't know if it can actually.
So
Close Discord.
no, it's not Discord. It's
Instagram.
Forsaken Fortress here. This is a really open dungeon. You like go in and outside like a lot, and there's 2 circular paths you can take, and each lead to the same room and eventually to the end. The end is up here, so we can just jump to it. It's opened and loaded, so not too hard. And the sword's there too, so we don't have to worry about that. There will be a cutscene that we trigger here. 1, 2.
Are you still moving in the cutscene?
Yes.
Okay.
So you have to count and be aware how far you go there.
Oh.
So now you can land here.
Looks familiar.
And we never got that sword, but we can still pick it up and all good.
Also, we never dress up. We're just casual Link.
Yep. Pajamas.
We're
And-
new game plus Link.
Skip the fight there, and that's the first little bit of the game here. So we got a little cutscene. We'll get to meet the main villain of the game, not Helmrock King, but Ganondorf.
Errol.
Yes, her. Yes, she's the main villain.
I like the lobster shirt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are some good PJs.
Yeah. Got his Breath of the Wild gear on.
Link gets eaten. Not a burger.
Not quite.
No.
Not quite. See, that
Actually-
would make sense if Helmrock King did that, but Ganon thinks otherwise.
Actually, you know what? He eats them, but then he spits them back out. See, he spits them back out.
So one thing they changed in the English version here, they added a short cutscene in between these two cutscenes here. So right here, we're just going to end up in the King of Red Lions. In the English version, they added like a 5-second little cutscene in between where Link is like passed out in the ocean and bumps into the King of Red Lions. So that's one change. We are playing on Japanese version on an official disc. Saves time and text. There's other gameplay differences, but they won't impact the speedrun at all. They used to back in the day, but don't anymore.
Are there glitch differences?
Yes, a little bit. Not major ones. But there are nothing that would impact current day speedruns at all, I don't think.
Not like an MM case where
No.
it goes back and forth.
No,
Okay.
no. We just beat Forsaken Fortress 1, or FF1. That is really important because when you beat that, that spawns the King of Red Lions into existence, into the world. So if you never beat that, then he won't ever spawn, which that would cause a bunch of soft locks and things. We will get around some of the sailing throughout the game, but we will need to do some sailing. And we need the King of Red Lions to, in order to, for certain cutscenes to not soft block and things like that, and to progress the game. And obviously we need to beat FF2, the actual beating of the dungeons. So there's a number of reasons FF1's one of the first things you do. And now he's embarrassed because he doesn't have a sail. So we gotta go to sail for him because we will have to do some sailing. So hopefully we got some good windfall movement here. One funny thing here, there's actually an infinite text loop that you get put in right here. Because we got bombs early. He's telling us to go back to outset there. But we can just skip that with a jump. Alright, so we're going to get some money. We need to get 80 rupees for the sale. And come in here, and we're not going to play Splish Kaboom, but he has 3 10s hidden behind his game. So we're going to go collect those, and then just leave.
Sploosh.
And that's the only thing we need to buy in the entire run. So we don't need rupees anymore.
Yeah, that is so
Boo,
nice.
magic armor.
Yeah, it's nice when you don't have to worry about rupees the whole run.
There's so many Zelda games where you just need so many rupees.
Joe, get the magic armor. You that word.
Yeah, I think you need the magic armor. How are you gonna beat the final boss?
Without it.
Oh. You can do it in your PJs?
Yep.
That's amazing.
I mean, the magic armor is not even like an armor.
Are
It's
these
a
magic
crystal.
PJs?
Oh yeah.
Now he's gonna spam his sail to go faster.
Yeah, so there's a little boost to speed. You can kind of see it just by the way that he keeps boosting, like popping forward. So that boost over and over again is faster than just keeping the sail out because it is. You kind of have a boost and then it kind of levels off and becomes like kind of a slower constant speed. So this is faster. It saves over just 1 quadrant, which that's about the maximum we'll sail throughout the run. That it can save up to 13 seconds if done optimally. So it definitely adds up over just 1 quadrant. So we're heading over to Dragon Roost here, which will have our first dungeon, Dragon Roost Island. And
Bye,
we'll be getting-
Beetle. Bye, Beetle.
We'll be getting a very important item there that's going to help us really speed this game along.
One might say it's the best item.
and one might say it's the name of the game item.
Yeah.
The
wind.
hourglass, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the
The
one.
hourglass.
Imagine boating in your speedrun.
I did mock you for that earlier, didn't I?
Does anyone else in here have a boating license? Because I do.
All the way.
Yes. I took a class in college.
You went
for
all the way
reason.
down to Bikini Bottom.
I went to Bikini Bottom.
All right, so
I met Mrs. Puff.
so we're gonna get the Wind Waker here. This is gonna allow us to do a really important glitch called storage, and the basic premise of this glitch is we're gonna do something known as a Wind Waker dive. And with Moonjump, that's really easy because we can just pull out the Wind Waker and just do a jump, and then you're diving with the Wind Waker. Regular speedruns would do this off ledges. And what we're going to do is cancel the Wind Waker 3 frames before we land on the ground. And it's not going to cancel out of the Wind Waker properly. So you'll see that in just a second here. What it's going to basically do is try to cancel and land on the same time, at the same time. So it's going to try to do cancel the Wind Waker at the same time an animation is trying to play. And so what's going to happen is Link's going to still be in his Wind Waker state, like he's able to play the Wind Waker, but it's going to be the camera as if you're controlling Link walking around. And so when you're in that state, we're able to cancel the Wind Waker a second time. And that's actually what's giving you storage. So we're going to see that right here.
This glitch is basically this game's like infinite sword glitch,
Yep.
where
So-
it gives you access to more glitches and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So I got storage, and then I talked to the King of Red Lions, which stored his text. I'm now going to use that right here to skip the cutscene following learning the Wind's Requiem here. So using the text, this cutscene's stored. We're still in the Wind Waker kind of mode, but it's fine. The song is considered learned. It's in our inventory. And so now we can go on. So we're going to be heading over to our first dungeon, Dragon Roost Cavern. While we're heading over there, I'm going to talk a little bit more about storage because it's a really complex glitch, and there's a lot of extensions from it, like Kian was saying. So basically, Link can be, that's a terrible angle, can be in 2 different states in this game. He can be in a playable state, like he's in right now, where I'm able to move around and all that, and a non-playable state, where he's talking to NPCs. The Wind Waker would be a non-playable state. Anything where he's limited on what he can do. What you're basically doing when you pull out the Wind Waker is you're putting Link in a non-playable state, and when you press B, it should put him back into a playable state. Well, in the sense of doing storage, you're canceling the Wind Waker twice. So it's doing that action twice. So the next thing that you interact with, you'll be in a playable state, and it'll store that action. So you'll see that right away here. After this room, I'll be using it to skip a cutscene. And skipping cutscenes, that is like basic use of storage. But that'll be kind of our first few uses of it. So essentially, the whole reason it works is because you're able to cancel and out of that Wind Waker twice. So you'll see it right here again. Wind Waker dive. Wait. Early. There it is. So you can see I was in the Wind Waker mode, and then I canceled it. And then I jump on the cutscene, and it put me in a playable state during the cutscene, essentially. It stored the cutscene. So I was able to just go right through it. And so those are the basic uses. I hope that makes a little bit of sense. We'll be using storage all over the place in the run to do a lot of different things. We'll be skipping a few cutscenes in this dungeon, but after this dungeon, it gets pretty crazy. So say hello to Baloo here. He's very friendly. Don't worry, he actually is friendly. He's just upset right now.
He's got an itchy tail.
So you can jump into this cutscene here and get these guys to come to you a little closer. That killed.
Bruh. That was pretty cool.
All right, got storage again. You can see the little pop there.
Yes.
That skipped that was the cutscene getting stored, getting skipped basically. Not the ideal location, but that's all right. I kind of usually like to make him go toward medley, but you kind of just have to do with what you get there with him. So we're going to get the grappling hook here. This only has a few required uses, one of them being the boss of the dungeon and one other after Tower of the Gods. But I think those are the only 2 uses for it. And storage again right over here. So let's skip to cutscene. So we're going backwards through this room here. There's going to be a rock here. Normally you watch a cutscene outside that door when you blow up the door, blow up the rock and go through that room. And here's the boss key, or boss room. This is the trick I mentioned earlier with the super Moonjump. And so just like that we can clip through. So what happened there, the super Moonjump has an interesting property where if you are hanging off of a ledge and then pause the game, you can actually buffer your Moonjump and then unpause and you'll clip through ceilings above you. So we'll be using that to actually skip most of the boss keys throughout this throughout the game, besides one. Going in here can be kind of a pain sometimes. Alright, first grab's the most annoying. And then there's some annoying fireballs that will fly around in between each cycle. And they can hit you and make it so Goma has time to turn toward you, and then you can get into a pretty nasty trap. So hopefully that does not happen. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to be behind Go, I can't tell. Hopefully no fireballs. Okay, good. That was a good luck. Alright, so right after this cycle, I need to get storage right away. So we're going to phase 2 here. This is kind of scary because you got to get storage like while he's trying to attack you. And we're just standing right there.
Nice.
So we're going to get storage right here, and he's going to be lingering behind us. Good for strike.
Ooh, nice.
Good. Oh, shoot. That can happen sometimes. You should be able to two-cycle it. Okay. So now we're in a playable state while in this cutscene. This cutscene has to play. So it's just going to allow us to be in a playable state during the cutscene with this. And the reason that we want this is now we can get the heart container during the cutscene and be in the warp as soon as it spawns. And so you don't have to wait for anything, which is super good.
So, how often does non-Moonjump actually do storage?
A lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
A
Oh, it's
lot.
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I said, it's like the infinite sword glitch in this game.
They just go to would just go to nearby ledges and
Okay.
do it. Yeah.
There's that many ledges where it's
Oh yeah.
just
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's other tricks too. You can get like pushed off by a bomb off of a ledge or something. Like there's a lot of different tricks in order to get storage still. That's the first dungeon though for Dragon Roost.
Air raid siren
I'm
going
gonna make
off.
sure I have my metronome ready for.
Oh, dude, this boy's got a metronome.
Okay, so we're going to be doing a trick here. It's kind of an extension of storage called super swimming. We've already briefly talked about it, but essentially it allows you to swim really fast. What we're going to be doing is getting storage and then storing, taking out the Wind Waker. And what that's going to do is keep you in a playable state while in the Wind Waker camera mode. And the reason that's important is because the camera is always locked and fixed on Link's face when you are in the Wind Waker state. So normally, if you were to just control Link walking around and you would hold up on the control stick, it should make Link face away from you. You see his back. He would be walking up the screen. But when you're in that camera lock state, it's going to always try to make you face the camera. So we're going to be going into the water and holding up on our control stick.
Oh, that's how that works.
Yeah, and hold up on our control stick. And it's going to, essentially the camera's going to try to keep correcting itself on every frame to make it face Link. And we're going to be building up a bunch of negative speed over a really short amount of time. And it's going to be negative speed because we'll be going back and forth. And that has no cap in this game, as well as Mario 64, like you just said. Alright, so, first we gotta change the wind. This is the worst time that this can hopefully they're calm. Alright, so we gotta change the wind to south, otherwise the Khmer Lions will not let you get into his boat. He's very mean like that. They say this is an open world game, but he won't even let you get into his boat.
Yeah. It's not an open world game until the last third.
Okay, so we have to do something a little bit different for this particular swim, where we get double storage. I'll mention why this is important later on, but it's needed for this particular swim, but not all swims. So the text is important, but I'm going to need some quiet for this. So we're going to go out into the ocean a little bit to get away from the island so we don't sploosh. That's one nice thing about having Moonjump. We can not have to worry about splooshing on islands. And so I'm just holding up on my control stick, and I'm going to be gaining a bunch of speed. Hit stop.
Nice.
Link turbo shitting in the 9th dimension.
No.
I should know that reference.
It's a barrel beat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I think I remember.
A little bit close to that island, so I'm going to try to... Oh.
Suppose maybe we should have a warning for our viewers.
Yes, there is a lot of flashing throughout the run, so that is something that you're sensitive to.
If you're already dying from an epileptic seizure,
I'm sorry.
Josiah is responsible. Maybe Caleb, because it's his channel.
It's
Any
our
people in the
channel.
chat dying?
I don't have a password for it, so no, it's not my channel. If anything, I'm an unpaid contractor.
Alright, we're good.
You get exposure.
Yeah, exposure. With our, what, combined 300 views?
No, actually no. We have
Alright,
actually
hold on, I gotta talk about stuff. So I just got all the way to Forest Haven, super soon all the way here. The reason we needed to do that text thing, I'll talk about that more in depth later, but there's a cutscene that is surrounding this island. Really. When you first enter here, we can't enter that cutscene in a super swim or it'll soft lock. So we use that text in order to store the cutscene so that we can super swim without soft locking. Alright, so right here we're going to be skipping the Deku Trees cutscene here. So I need a metronome for this, so I'll need some quiet for this too. So I'm going to be getting storage here and bonking into the Deku Tree. And normally what you have to do is kill all these chews, and then there's like a couple minute cutscene you got to watch. So what we're going to do is get storage first. Bonk into the Deku Tree. And they're going to all just get cancelled and stored and not attack you. And just default to just sliding to the edge.
Yeah, this is
So
really
now
funny.
So now I gotta get storage again, actually. Okay. Make sure, now I'm gonna just kind of roll into them and make them go out of bounds. I have some other tricks if they're stubborn. I'll use some bombs. Crowd. Come on. You know you want it. And then these two, I gotta do a little bit of setup, hopefully.
So you're just sweeping them under your bed so you don't have to deal with them.
So once they're out of bounds enough, they'll void out and be considered dead. 1 second here. I don't know if that worked. Good. Woo! Alright, we got it. Okay. Storage again. We're going to store getting the Deku leaf here. We're going to get it, and it's not going to be there anymore. And that'll be important in a little bit. That's not just skipping the Deku tree, or the Deku leaf text there. That actually has another use we'll get into after Forbidden Woods. But out here, this is the way that leads to Forbidden Woods here. So right there, you saw once you go through a loading zone, if you collect an item, then you go through a loading zone, then you'll get the item. So you can see I got magic there. Once you get the leaf, that gives you magic. So I know I got the leaf now.
How does a leaf make you have magic?
It just drains magic. If like
It's a magic leaf. It came from the Deku tree.
yeah, so you can fly with it, and so it drains magic as it goes. Alright, so entering Dungeon 2 here.
Is magic just all-purpose stamina?
Pretty much.
Alright, so this is where it's really good to have bombs. We can go through this dungeon in under 4 minutes with bombs. Because we can pretty much skip all of the regular puzzles. It's pretty good. And what's kind of cool is you, like in mid Moonjump like this, you can pull out a bomb and have it ready to explode right away. It's pretty cool. And then up here once again, pull out another bomb. This one pretty early. Go. And so out here, this is kind of your central room of the dungeon. It leads to a lot of different paths that you have to go through. Normally you go get the boomerang. We will not be getting that. We will be going straight to the boss, which you get to through this way, which we can just get through with bombs, which is very nice. You can pull out a bomb there, so Link doesn't turn around and look at those things that spawn behind him. Saves like a second. Okay. And then once again, we can do the same thing here. Go. And for this one, for some reason, you don't need to do the pause. You can just super Moonjump through. Don't know why, but for that one, you don't. You can just go through the ceiling. Must be a weak ceiling for some reason. Alright, so get storage, and Link's going to be very emotional in this cutscene. So I'm just curious, have you guys ever seen the inside of this boss before?
I have this morning.
Oh yeah?
It's a pretty cool sight.
It's a big plant.
Uh-oh. There it is. Alright, that's Kelly Demos. So you can just Moonjump, and it's the perfect positioning to just, oops. to just land right inside of him. That was actually a find by the Legend of Lane. Get the heart.
Thank you, Blake.
I was doing that before, but I was doing like a jump into him before, but he found out you just hold Moonjump in the cutscene and it's really simple. Where is the... Sometimes you get lost in that one. Alright.
I also love how his dead body just floats.
I know. It's hilarious. So you don't need to advance the texture. It just goes away. So that's it's really nice to skip the stuff there. There's all the Makar text and everything. So we're gonna get a little musical performance here from our friend Makar.
It is a Korok. This is the Korok's debut.
That's right. I'm gonna actually switch my metronome now for later, so I don't have to think about it anymore. All right, do you guys want to all sing "Ah" together?
No.
Let's all sing.
No.
Most of us were in choir, or some of us were.
Oh, that's couch duty.
All right, here we go.
I got
Couch
it.
is a state of mind that I'm not in. I really did the Deku Tree dirty this game.
That's actually pretty like in tune, kind of.
We did it.
Okay, so I mentioned that you needed to remember that I got the Deku Leaf through storage. We're gonna get the Deku Leaf a second time, which is gonna do something pretty cool. Because we got it through storage, it actually is still there. And we can go pick it up like normal. So before we leave the area, we're gonna just roll on over here. Jump up. Get the leaf again, and that's gonna give you double magic.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
yeah. So magic is less of a concern throughout the run. It only takes a few extra, like an extra 15 seconds, and you have double magic. It's really nice. So we're entering into probably the hardest section of the run. This is the Super Swim Gauntlet. There are 5 Super Swims over the next 20 minutes. And this is a hard section, so all the way to entering Tower of the Gods, basically. So the first place we need to head to is Great Fish Isle. This is a place you can technically Super Swim directly to, but I'm not going to be doing that because it's very, very dumb. I'll get into that once I'm sailing the last quadrant toward there. But we'll Super Swim to an island away from Great Fish. Here. Okay, pit stop.
I love how the map can't even keep up with you.
Yeah. Oh, come on. It's not your... Okay. So now we just gotta go 1 quadrant away from here. Alright, we're good. Alright, that's number 1 out of 5. And here is wind change number 2 out of 3 in the run. And there's King of Lions for a brief second there. Okay, so when you save warp at an island, it reloads you with the King of Lions there. So we'll be able to sail the last quadrant. The reason that we want to sail this last quadrant is because super swimming a great fish is really tricky. Because it has 2 cutscenes, 2 back-to-back cutscenes that are surrounding it. So to go back to that first super swim I did, where I did that that double storage method. So what double storage is you get storage and then talk to an NPC and have text on screen, and then get storage again and cancel the text while in camera lock before a super swim. And that gives you storage. So you're not, double storage doesn't mean you can store 2 things. It just means you're getting storage twice, so you have storage during a super swim, so you can skip a cutscene. We can't do that for this one because there's 2 cutscenes. So you'd skip the first one with the double storage, and then you'd soft lock on the second. Now, having said that, you can super swim 2 great fish. There are a few different ways, but they're really, really challenging, involving crazy things I won't even get into. So I just sailed the last quadrant, and it really isn't that much story. So we're already here. So Great Fish triggers what's known as Endless Night. This is the time of the game where you normally go back to Windfall and get bombs, but we already have them, so we don't have to. So we'll be going down to Outset straight away here, which is where Jabu is, the Great Fish of this island. And that's where we'll be getting the 3rd and final pearl, Nehru's Pearl. So we have to go back home. And this, we also have to do a double storage super swim for this one again, so you'll get to see that. This will be the last one in the run, though. I'm gonna do a little save here. I haven't saved in a little bit. That's the first one. Good text. Cool. So this one could be kind of annoying. This is a longer swim. We have to go about 3 quadrants down to Outset. I think this is the longest swim in the run. And there's also some really annoying islands that can block you. And so I do this angle out this way, which usually makes it not happen, but it can still. We're safe. That's not the ideal way to get this, but we should be fine. I just have to actually load Outset now. I've loaded Outset, but I haven't triggered the cutscene. Come on. There we go. We're safe now. So, usually you'd want to land right at this point. But not a big deal. Alright. We made it. Alright. That's number 2 out of 5 in the Super Swim Gauntlet.
Oh yes.
Okay, so unfortunately you can't just trigger the cutscene here. You actually do have to blow up the rocks. So we have to come out here. We don't have to go in the whirlpool though, which is nice. We can just stay safely over here and just bomb them from right here, which is nice. The first shot's kind of annoying. It goes right through him. I'm surprised that worked. I thought that was too high.
When'd you get the cannon upgrade? I missed it.
When you get bombs, you just automatically have that cannon that you can use.
When you get the grappling hook, you get like a crane.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Items have different uses on sea as well as on land,
That's so
which is really cool. Yeah.
So this is Jabu here.
Dude, Jabu Jabu.
Jabu Jabu.
I like
He's
this
friendly
Jabu,
here.
Jabu. I like
When I was a kid, I thought it was stupid that there was no like great fish temple.
A lot of people theorize that there once was, because I think that they have confirmed that there was at least 1 or 2 dungeons that were scrapped from this game.
Yeah.
So I think that some theorize that it's Jabu, and some theorize that it's Ice and Fire Isles.
Oh yeah.
So it's interesting, but there's nothing confirmed. So Nehru's Pearl just at 50. This is a nice time here.
Are we going for PB?
I'm about probably 2 minutes behind my best time. My best time at this point, I've gotten a 48 before here. So we're a little bit. I can't remember what my PB got, but now we got to do 3 back-to-back super swims. So what you have to do at this point is go place all 3 of the pearls at their respective triangle islands. And so normally you just sail to all 3 and not raise the Tower of the Gods, and that'll be the next dungeon. So we're going to be super swimming to all 3 of those. These are pretty tricky swims. They're not super long swims, but the islands are super small, so they can be kind of hard to find. Hopefully we get them. We'll be saving in between each swim so that we don't have to come back to Outset each time, because that would be horrible. Unless we fail the first one, we'll have to obviously come back here. Alright, so I'm going to go onto the sea here. So there's going to be 3, you'll see them marked on my map where the 3 locations we'll be heading to. And once we get those 3 swims, we'll be able to breathe a little bit.
Gotta hold your breath.
Alright, here we go. I don't know.
Oh.
I was gonna try to say.
Yeah.
save it with that.
Yeah.
I dropped ESS. So that sort of fast swimming I'm doing right at the beginning is holding ESS. I held it too far. So I lost some of my speed early on in that swim.
You have to do it all over again.
Just that swim, yeah. This first one I find the most challenging of the 3.
Just because the sheer distance.
Yeah, the distance is a little bit further, and it's kind of just awkward. the different islands that get in the way sometimes.
Do you have to worry about the sea hats at all when you get to the other islands?
Not really, no. Okay. I don't know about this one either. Okay.
There we go.
All right.
That was cutting close. Alright, that's one.
He does a lot of fun facial expressions.
He
He's
does
pretty animated.
in this game,
In this
yeah.
game. That's why getting storage in that Forbidden Woods boss cutscene's so funny, because he just is blankly staring, which he never does during something like that. Alright, so safety save, so we'll just have to do only this swim again if we were to fail this one. These guys can be a little bit annoying just with the targeting, but they never hurt you. They might hurt me to, like, bonk me in the water, but that'd be it.
Hey there, buddy.
So we're gonna go to the one straight above us, north. This one could be a little annoying.
There we go.
Okay. Two. Alright, one more. This one is probably that one I just did is I think that was the easiest of the three. This one's in the middle. I find this one to be the hardest island to find if I have a bad angle, I guess. So we'll see.
Hey, there's treasure.
There's treasure. Too bad the king's not here with me. I did just say, right? Yeah, I did. That's not exactly what I want, but we're gonna do it. Oh, no. It's over. I should have reset. It puts you back at outset if you fail any of them, so that's why we're saving in between. I like that. I don't think we have enough speed though. Oh, we're good. We're good.
Oh,
All right.
let's go.
Okay. I thought it was further away for a second. I got a little thrown off. Okay. Woo! Alright. That's the Super Swim Gauntlet. All
Yeah.
done.
All right.
So we're entering Tower of the Gods in just over an hour. This is a nice time. My PB entered at 56:59, basically 57 minutes in, so pretty nice.
Also, this cutscene is really funny.
This cutscene's great.
Faror, Nayru, Din.
Tower of the Gods.
Oh, it's a Triforce.
Da-na-na-na.
How many triangles are in the shape of
5. Good job. I mean, that's assuming we're using the lines in the shape. You can, if you add your own lines, you can get as many triangles as you want.
Splat.
Huh? Alright. Tower of the Gods here, dungeon number 3. Out of all the dungeons, this one's probably the least interesting. It doesn't have as many super broken things. It has one skip at the very beginning, and then after that, we pretty much have to do it as intended, and I'll get into why that is once we're in there.
entrance looks pretty cool.
Yeah, entrance is cool. This is like a really cool looking dungeon, and the way it's linked to the story is really cool.
Link. See what you did there? You did that intentionally.
I did not. The way that it's XX linked. XX.
Oh, you're
linked to the
right. You
story.
should have said XX link. XX.
Alright, so right here, when the water is up, we can just use our leaf and pop, bonk, and just go right there. So you can do that. You don't need to Moonjump to do that. You can leave from another location. You can also do a pretty easy ledge clip to skip that first floor. But after that, that's pretty much all of the skips that you can do. Because there's, this is kind of the second floor of the dungeon. And you have to get 3 statues in order to get to the 3rd floor. And the warp that takes you there will not spawn unless you have all 3 statues collected. And there's no other way to spawn it, so we have to actually collect all 3 statues. But it doesn't take that long, especially with Moonjump. So if I were to Moonjump just off the ground, you would actually drop the statue. So I either need to jump off of a ledge first and then do a Moonjump, or do a side hop. And side hopping is faster when walking compared to walking, so I'll be doing that in certain places, but sometimes I might just choose to walk forward just because it's easier. Command melody here spawns. You don't need, well, you do need this for 2 uses in Wind Temple. But you have to get it anyway because the next door won't unlock unless you get this sound, so it's required anyway, even if you didn't need it. Statue 2, we're going to do something a little bit different than you would normally do. We can actually get the bow straight away here. Normally you need to use the statue to go onto a lever in order to get to the bow when you come back. But what we can do is just do the ceiling clip that we've done before and get into the loading zone and get the bow first, so you don't have to do the whole puzzle. And you can just make one trip, get the statue and then just instantly go back. So it saves probably about 10 seconds.
There he is, Dark Nut.
Dark nuts. Truly immense nut. Nut.
So the strat here is to damage its armor down, because you can actually damage the armor. And if you do that in a certain way, normally when you take the armor off, his health resets, but if you do that specific pattern there of attacks, the health will not reset when his armor comes off, and you can just hit him in 2 little stabs and he's dead. And here's the bow. And now we can just carry on and head to get the second statue of 3. Oh, that ankle, really. Just jump. So this one in particular, I could sign up across, but there's that grapple hook thing that you normally need to use. And sometimes you can hit the statue on it, and same with this one here. And there's these guys that are annoying. So for these ones, I just choose to walk normally.
I remember in your PB video that you sent me, you got it stuck on one of the pillars.
Oh,
Statue.
that was probably before I did the bow strat.
Yeah.
Because I went and got the bow. Yeah. If I remember what I think that. I can't remember. Alright, one more.
Yeah, you were having such a fun time in this dungeon
I remember that run now.
Yeah.
That had a bad tower guys. Can't remember if Golden was bad too. I can't remember.
I think he was alright.
Yeah. That's how he always is.
It's alright.
So avoiding now is faster than jumping back by about a second. And here's the final statue. It is nice though, you can kind of speed through this kind of boring section of the run. Just go get the statue and pretty much just jump right back. So it's a lot faster than normal runs. That's all 3, so that'll give us access to the top area of the dungeon. Head into the boss room. Oh wait, no. Sometimes I forget how long things are when it's like little cutscenes.
You have enough time to go to the bathroom?
Not in this cutscene. I know my bathroom breaks, but I won't need one. I'll be fine.
Time to construct and eat a sandwich.
Yeah.
Get a cookie.
Alright, so this is the one dungeon we'll need to get the boss key. And the reason for that is there's 2, I forget what the enemies are called. But they won't wake up unless you get the boss key.
Oh, the laser enemies? Or the...
No, these guys. What are these guys called?
Oh, Armos?
Arnos. That's
So I was gonna say the laser enemies are just Beamos. I like the Beamos in this game more because they're not creepy eye statues.
Yeah.
Stop looking my
They
direction.
look at you.
Alright, so final little staircase here.
Furry cats too warm.
I don't always get that one.
Part of your game.
I need to buy the buzzer.
Yes, that's the
Hey, break it out right
that's the game mouse.
Break it out right now before the event's over.
I cannot.
Okay, so getting storage. We'll get storage again in this this
As
fight.
I'm able to save us.
So he's gonna sit down and listen to story time. So once again, storage keeps in the playable state during the cutscene. This one has to play. Something cool in this one, we can use our items, so we're gonna try to get an early shot on one of his eyes on the face. Because they're awake and opened during the cutscene here. Got one, good. I've tried to do two, but I always miss the second one, so I don't want to risk it. So this guy's really annoying. And of course that guy came back to life. So sometimes they come back to life. Usually you just need to kill both hands once.
Great. The hands.
So I barely
This is
cancel it.
a Mario Odyssey voice.
You know, if these
Bongo
Zelda bosses
Bongo.
work together and just put the items that kill them in a different dungeon, they'd survive a lot longer.
Well, this
Yeah.
one is technically a little different than most bosses. 'Cause
This is more of like the hero's trial.
yeah, because it's more of a test. So this boss is a little bit different.
No, I'm just saying, did he get to choose? If he wanted to work for Ganon, I think that's his right.
There's two there too. Alright, so I have one to spare.
Yeah, so this boss is actually a good guy.
Yeah,
Oh, and we killed him. So we're the bad guy.
we just put him back to sleep.
Yeah.
He
Can you
talks.
prove that?
Yes.
Can you prove that?
Yeah, he doesn't explode.
Can you prove that?
You can prove it in a minute.
Can you ever prove that he wakes up again? If he never wakes up again, that's death.
We'll
He
have to
has
get.
green eyeballs and not red.
We have to get snot
He
arrows.
does have red eyeballs.
Are you
on his
serious?
face.
This is
Oh, that's kind of stupid.
that is ridiculous. I've never had them wake up that many extra times. And when you get snot arrows, they both wake up again. Always. That's pretty bad luck. Hopefully we can just get this guy now. We don't want to go on the lasers because that will get rid of storage. Really? Oh, he's probably actually we have a chance to get this. Sometimes even with the last arrow, if you shoot it at certain times, he'll not even let you really make, like you won't even be able to actually shoot technically because it won't, like as soon as you shoot, he does the snot arrows, unless it's right after his bomb attack. So I needed to get that last arrow out quick to try to finish the fight. Otherwise, he would have given me snot arrows before I even made contact. Which is kind of cool. What's kind of cool here? You don't even get the heart container. You can just walk forward and we're done.
Wait, what? Oh, you can just walk in the cutscene.
No, I have
Boss of
storage.
Okon.
Oh.
You know how it's all that like different robo type stuff?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of right now. Kill the Bell of Awakening? Now you just gotta go down to Blake Town.
So that's dungeon 3 done.
You
Dungeon
can go to
tree.
Anor, Senna's Fortress, and then Anor Londo, get the Lord Vessel, go fight the Lord. Go fight the Lords to regain the...
Alright, so Hyrule. We're going to be heading down to Hyrule. This has a lot of hard stuff. After we get...
Hey, Bear, you're skipping?
I don't know. Maybe.
Stay tuned.
I would hope you know
Are
it's your
we,
one, Joe.
zombie hovering?
We're regular hovering.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever done zombie hovering?
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's actually pretty easy.
So we got a little cutscene heading down to Hyrule. We can get Master Sword now, so that'll be the first thing we do is get Master Sword, and then we'll be doing some pretty interesting things. Normally you just get Master Sword, and then you just come right back up to the surface.
Link's face.
That was very concerning.
Yes.
Honestly, you could probably make. Just turn all of Link's faces in this into emotes.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think my favorite face of his is when we go back to Forsaken Fortress and meet up with Arrow again.
Oh, yeah. We'll see that pretty soon.
It's all black and white. Are we in that one Kingdom Hearts world?
Oh, Timeless River?
Yep, Timeless River. Kinda looks like it.
Kinda.
Yeah, they're both black and white.
Yeah. That's the only similarity.
Yeah, probably something else.
Well, we will be going into a field soon,
Yo, see. More similar.
but it's not going to be black and white anymore.
Alright.
Damn, Caleb, kind of cringe to be wrong about that.
What are you talking about?
Alright. First thing you normally do is you go do a puzzle to open up the Master Sword Chamber. We're going to try to skip that here by doing a Super Moonjump clip into a
That guy's
post
just having a
over
great
here.
time. Look at them. They're having a ball.
They're having a very good time, yes.
And such a good time.
Having a
Having a
good
ball.
time.
Sure would suck if they all woke
Dude,
up
that's a tall chibi Link.
and you had to fight them.
Tall Toon Link.
Alright, so once again doing the same Super Moonjump from earlier. I'm going to watch my shadow here. When I get to a certain spot, I'm going to drop. Alright. Back down this railing out of bounds, and then
It's a long road to get to where you were.
and there we are.
Hey.
Found that.
So that there is a strat to do a ledge clip, or a roll clip rather, but actually Blake was the one that found the Moonjump strat there. So shout outs to him, yeah.
Blake, my boy. Congrats.
So for a while I was just
Speedrun
doing,
belongs to Blake.
yeah,
The video that you sent me, you just did the puzzle.
yeah,
one
I
with.
was doing the puzzle,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Oh. The sword.
The sword.
Sword. Low poly sword.
$100 for swords.
We sent those men to their lord with That's included on the Villains covers CD.
The
Which
villains.
I find that to be like the questionable inclusion.
Well, yeah, it's not a villain song.
It's kind. Well,
I mean,
it's attempting to get married under completely false pretenses. It's very manipulative. But
It's not a villain.
Why is it?
That's like a haven't realized the. That's like a haven't done the story or the character arc song yet.
Yeah.
villain, got it. Technically,
'Cause
Aladdin is a thief.
Yeah, I
which
mean,
makes him a
Aladdin
bad
is a
guy.
little bit more sketchy than a lot of the other
Yeah.
protagonists, as far as
He's just
life.
trying. He's
kinda
just trying to
just-
survive.
Yeah.
He's kind of just trying to do a marriage fraud, though.
He's got a sword. Hero sword.
All
The
right,
hero sword.
we got the Bash Sword.
Also,
That's
like,
the master
instead of
sword.
wishing to, you know,
That's
pretending
the
to be rich
No,
or
it's not
whatever,
fully
he could have
charged
just been
yet.
like,
Oh,
can we
okay,
just
okay.
change the social system? You know?
Yeah.
Rebuild from the ground up, you know? Balance economic
You
classes
know,
and stuff.
Aladdin got 4 wishes.
Oh, shit,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Well, technically, some of his wishes were never granted. But we'll get to that. And let's get to that conversation when there's a bunch of cutscenes in a little while.
Okay.
In a little while. But first, we gotta do a trick to get out of here because I don't want to fight all of these enemies.
Coward.
I know, I'm really scared. So we're gonna do a glitch instead.
Oh man, there's
You
a
would.
bug on that TV. We should smash it.
Okay.
Alright, so that's a bomb or a push clip there. So if you you can use a bomb that's most common use. If you push yourself into it, right in the corner of a wall, it'll push you the opposite direction into the wall and with enough speed to clip. And here is barrier skip. So the first thing I did there was cancel the Wind Waker, cancel the damage knockback by pulling out the Wind Waker at the same time. Let me do this first. Crap.
Yeah, this is where the bridge gets blown up.
So I canceled taking damage from it with that first glitch, which is a frame perfect trick. Now I gotta do this thing. Okay. Okay, that should be good. So that first thing, I pull out the Wind Waker at the same time the damage invincibility frames end, and so then the knockback part does not affect me, but there's still that giant wall. So then I do this precise side hop. Hopefully this angle's good. I think I'm a little bit over, but I can leave. Alright, let's pull out the leaf right about here. Oh, we got it. We're good. So you can leaf above loading zones and you'll still trigger them. So here we are in Ganon's Tower. This is gonna... You might be wondering why we're here. We haven't beaten all the dungeons. We're gonna do quite a bit of stuff in Ganon's Tower here. It's got some important items and things that we need to get done here. First thing you normally do is the trials. There's a number of ways to skip them. We're gonna do the Moonjump method, of course.
We're gonna do the Moonjump method. The Moonjump run, ridiculous.
Yo, this is like a Fire Temple Ocarina of Time.
Okay. So another just Super Moonjump ceiling clip there.
Just like the bone.
Alright, so coming up is one of the most annoying and challenging tricks in the run. This is the big roadblock for skipping the boomerang. There's a puzzle that we need to do in the following room that you normally need boomerang for in order to make a warp that goes to Forsaken Fortress from Ganon's Tower here. We don't have the boomerang, so we're going to have to use the bow, and the timing of this is so precise that you need to pause buffer frame perfectly, and you have very little wiggle room. So I need complete silence for this. Come on. I had a feeling. Back up.
Let's go!
So I was a little worried on that one. I was a frame late on that third light.
That's ominous.
So I had to do a little bit of a backup strat, but it worked out. So we don't actually want to leave here yet. We want to go get light arrows, but we wanted to do this first, so we skipped a cutscene of it, like showing you the solution of it, basically.
Get in the goob tube.
Alright, so the next room leads to the light arrows area. So this puzzle here, or the maze I should say, is always the same. And this leads to the light arrows. So it's down, left, up, right, up.
Down, up, right, left, up.
No, I don't think I did.
Wow, this is exactly like the Lost Woods.
It is.
Coincidence.
Complete coincidence.
Alright. Hopefully it gives me a ground spawn here, would be ideal. Yes. Alright.
Yo, get that sword.
And so that gives you light arrows. And the great thing about getting light arrows here is that it gives you all 3 elemental arrows. So this will give you fire, ice, and light arrows.
Oh,
all
that's
in one.
that's neat.
That's just how the game works.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If
Yeah.
I had to guess, your bow has states of like 0, 1, 2.
Yeah.
Because this is not you never get light arrows until Ganon's Tower. We're at the end of the game right now. Never should be here this early. So now we're going to be able to use light arrows in earlier dungeons.
So that kind of sounds like you're cheating.
Also, there's a Phantom Ganon fight right there that we're supposed to do. We're not going to do that though. We can just leave. We'll come back. We'll see him later. Actually, we'll hear him later. At least we probably won't see him.
All right. Up until now, everything is blind to me. So.
Okay, cool. This is where I'll start watching. I've been tuning out. We're at the end of 2 days, and I love you guys, but it's hard. I am a limited man.
He is limited.
Alright, so we're going to go beat Forsaken Fortress 2 now. So that warp brings you back here. Which is nice, because now we can just go beat FF2 now. So,
Unfortunately, if you guys want to keep my attention, I'll have to add some Subway Surfer
Oh,
content
right here.
on the side.
Hey, look at Link's face. Right here.
Be quick.
Hold on, wait for it. Right there.
I love that one too.
Bro, there's fucking seagulls.
There's Mila and Maggie.
Yep. Alright. So we got a few minute cutscene here, and then we gotta beat Forsaken Fortress 2.
Oh god, if only there was a way you could break down a wooden door. Maybe with like a sharp object. Like a sword or something.
Who knows?
So you may notice something a little bit weird about this cutscene if you're familiar with it.
You know, turn sideways and go through those fucking bars.
So, normally this cutscene has 2 pirates with Tetra. Because of parts of the game that we skipped, one of them never loaded into the game at all. So he's just not part of this cutscene. So it's going to cause some pretty funny,
The Master Sword was
Oh,
jiggling.
isn't
funny parts here.
what's his name? The green one.
Yeah, the green one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's going to be pretty interesting.
it's gonna be really funny.
You'll see it briefly here. She's getting carried away.
She's floating
You'll
away.
see a better version of it in just a second here.
We're gonna go stab Ganon and nothing is gonna go wrong.
That's right.
Nothing.
Everything's gonna be okay.
You're still in your pajamas, Joe.
I know.
You're-
I need to wake up.
Yeah, you gotta wake up. It's all a dream.
I
This is
mean,
Link's Awakening.
I'm just saying, there's only
So who's she talking to?
4, maybe 6.
All right, here we go. Ready? He's taking her away.
Oh god, it's Ganon!
Bye bye.
Ganon's powers!
No.
Leafy's here.
No.
Here's what I'm gonna say, right?
in regard to the pajama codes. I think maybe off the top of my head, there's only like 6 people in the game that we see ever change clothes. Link, Tetra. Tetra changes like her whole everything. I don't think Tetra technically changes.
Tetra's a
And
new
then
character.
the rich daughter and rich father,
Yeah, Mila
and then
Maggie,
the poor
and then
father
their-
and poor daughter.
Yeah.
So I think maybe Link is not wearing his pajamas, but in fact it's weird to change clothes, and everyone just wears the same clothes all the time.
Alright, so
In New Game Plus, you get to keep your pajamas.
Yeah, so Link stops being a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
So we just skipped the boss fight. There's a lot of ways to skip this boss fight. You don't need Moonjump. There's plenty of ways to get around doing this fight. And beating the dungeon is going into this room here. So that's the 4th dungeon done.
Yeah, in the normal run, there you can like clip through the wall and.
Fuck Link's wearing.
He won't have that for long, just for this cutscene. So this is a really important cutscene here. This is kind of your halfway point in the game. We're a little bit over halfway in the run, but this is kind of I would say kind of the halfway point, I would call it. But basically, the Link model changes in this cutscene. And so any major cutscene earlier in the game, if we were to go view it at this point, the game would crash, and vice versa. If we were to go up while we were just in Ganon's tower and try to go beat Ganon, the game would crash. Because you can't watch any major cutscenes. It literally is 2 different Link models. So it gives you the shield here. We're not going to keep the hero's clothes. I'm not entirely sure why, but you don't keep the tunic here. But this is an important cutscene. This is kind of the divider in the run. I will say, if you need a bathroom break or anything, the next about 10 minutes of the run is mostly cutscenes. After that, it's going to be Earth and Wind Temple, which are really, really, really cool.
Bro,
So you don't want to miss those.
Why didn't they put the fucking Wind Waker canon sword in Tears of the Kingdom? That'd be so cool.
That would be really cool.
Way fucking cooler than like the boomerang.
What are you talking about? It's the coolest
I mean, Ganon's in his
Bro,
pajamas
no
now.
one gives a shit about little boomerang. The giant boomerang's the only one that matters.
I like the Twilight Princess scale boomerang because it lets you do cool jumps.
My favorite boomerang are the Zora rings.
No, yeah, no, those ones are cool.
They just come off of Mikau's body.
He's a fucking freaky fish man.
I am not a freaky fish man.
Josh, that's racist.
Josh.
You can't say that to fishmen.
Josh.
No, it's not because I have problems with fish. Because I have problems with everyone, and I just want to deride everyone. Hyruleans just pointy-eared, knife-eared fuckers. Gerudos are genetic freaks that are way too tall. Gorons are just fucking lumpy. The Rito in this game are especially ugly.
Bro, you guys beat Ganon.
He's dead. That's the end of the game.
Alright.
No.
My god, the
Yay.
powerful, like, nature spirits actually fucking do something for once.
Yeah.
Crazy. Looking at you fucking Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom dragons ain't doing shit. They're like, ooh, a hole in the ground. Let me go in there. I gotta get in there. No, fucking rip Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridged. I don't think it's ever getting a new episode.
No, they're still working on it.
It's been like 4 years.
No, it hasn't.
It's been a while.
It's been like a couple months, like 6 months. Like, it's been less than a year.
Unless they uploaded one and it completely bypassed my notice somehow.
Have you watched the game before? I think once or twice.
You know what we need a new episode of?
What?
None Piece.
None piece. He needs to just make anything, honestly.
I think he's done.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause
Oh,
he-
yeah, yeah.
He got his medical license like a while ago.
What's the synopsis?
They're a doctor now?
No, I'm talking about how many years?
None piece?
Here's a creepy
What,
Link
no?
face.
No. Yu-Gi-Oh!
1 year.
Yeah, that's it.
Whoa.
You're just sitting on that.
So this always used to like creep me out how you're in the Kingdom of Lions here, but he's just not actually. You can't actually talk to him. It's like he's. Just
Yeah, that always confused me.
Like, I mean, I get it, but like, it always was like creepy to me in some weird way. I don't know why.
What?
Because you can't talk to him because, well, you'll if you haven't played this game.
I know.
Fucking Caleb, figure it out. Give me the program.
How's he talking though?
Through the gossip stone.
Is it really a gossip stone if you don't crawl into its mouth? What?
Is it really a gossip stone if you can't bomb it and it rockets into the
And
air?
it tells you the fucking time. Because that's what I need in my Zelda game, the real life time of day.
You can do that when you hit a gossip stone in Majora's Mask. It tells you what time it is.
Like it's not
Oh, yeah.
on your screen.
Exactly.
OOT does it too, right? I think.
Huh?
It tells you. Doesn't OOT also? Do
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
I
yeah.
think so.
Is there only the one I think there's only the one gossip stone in Skyward Sword. It's the tutorial.
Yeah,
That has the video tutorials.
Isn't there more than one?
I don't remember there being more.
I must be misremembering. For some reason, I feel like I remember there being more than one, but I must be wrong.
Good.
I have
Assume that.
trying. Stay with that. Follow that arrow.
I have the golden triangle,
Arrow.
the golden arrowhead.
This is the last piece of the Millennium Puzzle. With it, you can activate the Yamino game.
Pizza.
The Triforce fucking mattered.
It never did.
Mhm. It did in The Legend of Zelda.
Yes. That's the only.
That is in a lot of these games. Well, not in the new ones.
Who's this character?
Spoilers.
Oh my god. He fucking bleached her skin. Oh no. No, Zelda, don't look like that. In that appearance, you're useless in every game.
She's pretty useful in this one. And in Spirit Tricks. Well, she doesn't look like that. This one. She has her armor. Or whatever.
Phantoms.
Yeah. So I guess I'll mention. So this is the Hyrule 2 visit here. All that you need, all that this is needed for is just to progress the game, essentially.
That's fucking crazy. I can't believe a thing we're doing is required to advance the game.
So there's no dungeon or anything like that. It's literally just cutscene to get to the next section of the game. So it is actually possible to skip this part of the game, but in order to do that, you have to do a really, really hard trick at the end of Forsaken Fortress 2. It's similar to the Deku Tree cutscene skip in the idea, but it's a lot harder of a setup. And on top of that, you would have to do a really difficult superstorm that would involve using the Tingle Tuner, and it's really, really stupid. Because we're going to be using that warp that we got with that arrow trick at Forsaken Fortress. We're going to be using that to get back to Ganon's Tower at the end of the run. If you don't beat Forsaken Fortress 2 the way we did, where we go through the door normally, that purple warp will not be there. So you have to do a trick, a glitch in runs that skip this part of the game, where you make the Forsaken Fortress in a different layer, and it's really stupid. And it ends up losing a lot of the time save that you end up that you would have by skipping these cutscenes. So.
Go back to the era of Link and he gets a funky vehicle. It's like Lineback, the Wind Waker ship, Lineback ship, train. I missed the train.
I wasn't. Yeah,
Think about it. We had Link's crossbow train, but why didn't we have Link's ATV certification course?
It's Twilight Princess 2, right?
No.
No.
Twilight Princess 2, Ganon is back again.
For some...
You can't escape the legacy of demise. You see, children, thousands upon thousands of years ago, this guy said, "Fuck you forever." And it kinda stuck.
Alright, so
Unfortunately, most of his later incarnations were nowhere near as hot as he was.
alright, so
You look me and tell you couldn't walk up to Demise and say you were not.
Blake's like, melanin gone.
Yoink.
alright, we gotta go get the
You know,
warp
see,
song.
I don't know if you've seen it, but Demon
Over
Kingdom
here?
from Tears of the Kingdom, fucking hot. Because it's got that fucking Demise vibes. Make my man fucking glowy red again.
So we're gonna go over here and get the warp song. We'll be needing to do some sailing here in the second half of the run a little bit more than
Yo, the
first half.
fucking frog.
So we gotta
Froggy! Froggy, sing a song!
So I'm doing an ocean campaign right now for D&D, and I basically have him as a sort of minor villain. He's married.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that'd do it. Married, aka... Oh right, there's more than one kind of genie, but one of them is also still called Genie.
Yeah.
It's kind of annoying.
So this song allows you to warp to certain islands, not every island, but a lot of the important islands, basically.
Yo, shout out to the real heroes of this game, the fucking invisible choir that follow this Link around all the time. They are way cooler than him. Now control the winds and get his ass back here.
So now we're gonna be preparing to get to Earth Temple, which is the hardest dungeon in the game. It's very... We could easily have to do the whole dungeon over again if certain things happen. We'll get to that.
Use a grass type, or an ice type, or
yep.
steel type.
So we're gonna have to go get the power bracelets before we get there, though. So that's over in Fire Isle over here. So we're gonna be doing our final wind change of the run. And this will take us over to Fire Isle. And then we'll be heading to Earth Temple straight after that. So you might be, if you know this game, you know that you normally have a companion for Earth and Wind Temple. We will be skipping Medley, who is the Earth Temple companion in this run. She is skippable. And that was one of the big things that helped me lower a lot of my times adding that in. Skips a lot of cutscene. And the Earth Temple route's super cool with it.
But Medley's the cooler one. I mean, no disrespect to Makar,
Makar
but...
sucks. We do need Makar. We'll get to that. You need Makar for literally 2 rooms, and then you never need him again. It's...
Remember when they casually decided that the Rito are fucking descended from Zora?
Yeah, because, like,
and then fucking re-evolve back into the Zora later
the
on.
Earth Sage is, like, a Zora, I think. And then the Wind Sage is a Kokiri, because the Koroks are supposed to be
Can you swim
Kokiris.
really fast to get to this island, or is it hard to do?
You wouldn't really be able to do that realistically because of your placement.
Okay.
And you could do it. We're in a weird spot in the ocean where we don't really have anywhere to land on. So it's kind of weird. It really wouldn't save time.
Bro, look at that
to
fucking cool
set it up.
bird.
Look at that cool, cool mountain.
Yeah.
Hey Joe, could you stand still for 4 minutes and 55 seconds?
No. I hate you.
Yeah.
Okay, it was a simple request, even if it was a joke.
I was
Thank you so much
about
for doing that for him.
Let's talk to the dumb bird.
Well, that's rude. I don't think you gave that bird an intelligence aptitude test. I think you're being unfair.
It bonked me out of the air.
Okay, so it's rude, but you don't call it dumb.
Yeah.
Come on, man, be sensible.
Oh, it's a gilded chest, guys. What are we getting?
Banana.
We're gonna get the
Are you
mountain,
gonna-
mountain title deed.
It's a piece of heart.
Oh god, imagine the randomizer randomizes so fucking hard it randomizes. That's what they need to do. They need to get one emulator that links up a bunch of games and it randomizes your items across all of them.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
I don't know what
That's
team
a
I'm on.
real setting. It's a multi-world setting where
My
you
God.
you can do that in Ocarina of Time, and I think you can do that in Majora's Mask too.
Alright, so this is
Shit's in a different fucking dimension.
trick coming up here is really
Yeah,
hard.
you could just like stop in place whenever you your friend gets an item.
Alright, so the main thing holding me back from doing Earth Temple without medley is getting into Earth Temple, because you normally need to get the song and then play the song with medley in order to get rid of the song block. And or the song stone, whatever you call them. And so that is kind of our main thing to get past in order to get into the dungeon. And then after that, we'll have a lot of other obstacles to get around. But there's a very, very precise trick we're going to have to do to get around getting into the dungeon without medley. This is actually, if you do the barrier skip that normal runs would do, where they do like a bomb push, we're going to be doing a bomb push. And this angle is actually more precise than barrier skip is. That's how precise this angle is. So we're going to be doing a really specific setup in order to get into a really, really precise position. And I'll get into that with the done. I actually have a metronome for this trick as well. It'll be the only other time I need one. So I will need some silence for this. So starting now. That's good. Should be safe. We're good.
Alright.
I don't know what you did at all.
Okay. So,
Doing a secret ritual.
yeah, that's my ritual.
Spin 4.
Alright.
Turn the rock.
Okay. So, you get into a really precise position and then pull out the bomb on a specific frame and then pull out your sword, which pushes you forward. And if done correctly, you'll pop through the wall and then you can leaf and then jump around. Alright, so right away here we're going to be doing a really annoying trick. So normally, like I mentioned, this is the hardest dungeon. Definitely need a joke-free segment here. Normally you need medley to go on 2 switches. We are going to be using this guy instead to go on one of our switches. Bring him over with ice. and he can take 2 ice arrows without dying, thankfully. And then I can jump over here. And we're good. Alright, so that's first room.
Vitalis was like, what's the dink for? That your bro?
Oh, that's my brother. Yeah, it's a metronome that's
What's the
used.
dink for?
It's
What's
a
the dink
metronome
doing?
for timing the trick.
Like says, making music over here, it seems.
Yeah.
Sounds like external tools.
Alright, so something important here. The light arrows come into play here because normally you need Medley's mirror to get rid of the purple ones. You need to stun them into rocks. But the light arrows, for whatever reason, actually will work to kill them. So that makes it so you don't need Medley. So that's another way we're able to get around using Medley. And now we're gonna do a little jump here, little strat that Blake found
Stone
here.
Tower Temple.
Oh my god.
Good job, Blake.
That little jump there.
Good job,
All
Blake.
right.
This run is yours. It belongs to you.
Alright, so we're going to get storage here and do something a little bit different with it. We're going to get door storage. So we're going to store opening the door, and then we're going to come back here and open up this door. And it's going to try to open up both doors at the same time and load both rooms. So it's going to push us to this room, and then we'll just follow the mountains. And so now we can come over to this area of the dungeon. And what's important here is that there is a chest. And we'll be doing something called chest storage. And we'll be needing to do a safety save here. Anything after doing chest storage, if we void out or die, we'll have to do pretty much the whole dungeon over again. Alright, so got storage, we're going to open up the chest. And so now it canceled opening up the chest. So we're in a chest opening state. And when you're in that state, Link normally has to do an animation where he kind of crawls into the chest. And what the game does is it removes a collision type called rough collision in order to be able to fulfill that animation. So now, because the chest is stored, we can go into walls like this and climb up slanted slopes and do a lot of things you normally wouldn't be able to do. And that's because of chest storage. So a lot of these little clips and things I'll be doing are just a result of that. That is not the case for this one here. This one is really annoying. So we gotta do a Super Moonjump clip here. This one's scary. Alright, that's fine. Back up. So if I were to hit a void out with the Super Moonjump trick, I have plenty of magic, but just because it's a marathon run, may as well fill up. If I hit a void out, I will just void out with the Super Moonjump trick. Oops. So I'm gonna have to do another one right here. Alright.
Retards and Gyptos have been in the same game together.
Yeah. Ocarina of Time.
Mm.
Come on. I just am really wanting to be careful for this. I'm usually a lot more risky, but if you void out here, it's bad.
No one fall into the void.
Okay?
Not ponder the secrets of the void.
Okay, we're good.
Your thoughts material playing on
Okay, so now, still not done. We need chest storage through this full dungeon, essentially, and we're going to be using it again right here. So we do a ceiling clip to get over this room, and then we're going to come over here and use our chest storage once again that we still have. Pop out here. And then leaf around to this door. Okay. And then in this room there is an extra chest. If something happens in this room, we're safe to retry it a second time.
This game got real goober energy.
Alright, so I gotta do another
I know
cliff
what you
here.
mean.
Alright, so I can once again just climb a ledge right next to a wall, and then I'll just fall through the wall essentially, and just like before. And we're pretty safe from here. So this this leads to the boss room. In case something catastrophic, unexpected happens, I'll open this up and save, but I shouldn't need it. Nothing should happen.
I think hopefully you win is what happens.
Alright, so we're gonna arrows. Alright, now once again we can just do a single clip and clip into earth. Okay.
What's your PB pace at this
These
point?
Teletubbies.
PB would be done with Earth Temple a couple minutes ago. PB got a 152 Earth Temple, I think.
Never seen that.
Like Chongus Goober right here.
He is a big chungus.
Big Chungus.
Alright.
He did.
Yeah, he's got a cowbell lantern.
Nice.
As all lanterns are.
Alright. So we got storage, so we do have that right now. I forgot to put bombs. And we're gonna throw some bombs here to try to end the phase a little bit quicker. So there's 15 pose, and you want to kill 5 each cycle. It is possible to kill more if you kill multiple in the same frame. If you're too slow, you won't, and you don't get all 5, it'll eventually go to the next cycle. So hopefully we can 3-cycle them. That's ideal, obviously.
Have you ever seen a 2-cycle?
In TASes, it is possible if you kill like several on the same frame, but it's not human possible at all. I have gotten where like a bomb and a sword slash were on the same frame, and I ended up having 4 left a couple times, but that was out of pure luck and not like actually trying.
Look, he can do it
This
without
man
even
is a
trying.
human task.
Well, I wasn't like a 2-cycle. That was just getting only 1 less. You need 5 less.
You know, they're just little guys.
Alright.
Just little guys. I think it's their birthday. Maybe
They're
she
dead
didn't
now.
know.
We have the human task over
He's
here.
just a little guy, and it's his birthday.
Aww, he's wiggling away.
Chunga Wunga.
Yeah, that's Earth Temple, so that's the hardest dungeon in the run, so I'm glad that went well.
We can make them harder. For the next dungeon, Josiah, you have to play with your
Fine,
right
what?
foot behind your head.
This no. Well,
And for the dungeon after that, Kian's gonna go BB Bobo in your ear every 2 seconds.
No, I'm not doing that.
Yo,
You are.
remember that party member?
You're closer to him, so.
He'll go loud
We can't move because he asked you to sit there, so.
Music time.
so here's Medley. See, she somehow got into the
Hi,
dungeon.
Medley.
I think she's probably just a better speedrunner than you. She wasn't even in the dungeon when you started. She got all the way here and through easy.
She was following somehow. Alright, so we just have Wind Temple left. So we have a little bit of setup to do in order to get to Wind Temple, and then Wind Temple is also a super cool dungeon, and then we go and beat the game after that. Go to back to Grand Star.
Zora look better or worse if they had mermaid legs instead, mermaid tail instead of legs?
Yeah, about the same. Actually
Yeah.
visualized it.
Yeah, his sword got bigger.
Oh. Okay, now
Face.
it's looking more like a mess.
Yo,
Link's getting pulled up by the tractor beam.
Link, no!
I always found it weird here that you beat this dungeon and then you approach the kid around lines and he just has nothing to say to you. Like, I don't want him to talk to me, but I always just found it weird.
Fucking well done, Luke. Well done, Link. Allow me to recite the history
Does
of
he have
Hyrule.
something to say to you if you went to the Wind Temple first?
You can't beat Wind Temple first, though. Because you need Medley. You need to beat Earth Temple to trigger Makar to spawn.
Oh, okay.
So it is. Yeah, you can't beat him on order. I
gotcha.
Yeah. But he does say stuff after Wind Temple.
Well, yeah.
He's chatting with the fish. So we gotta sail over to Wind Temple here. It's just one quadrant away. I think Super Swimming would say about 10 seconds have done really well. Not really worth it. With the risk and RNG that goes into it. You just don't want to deal with it.
Oh boy, what are Game Week's biggest plot twists
In Bleach,
biggest plot twists in,
according to Game Rant.
according to Game Rant, the top 9 plot twists in Bleach. Ginjo's true intentions is
That's a
number
good-
9.
That's a decent one.
Number 8 is the spot of number 0.
Nice. Hey, really?
Number
Yeah.
7, the Quincy's return.
Yep, that's nice.
Number 6, Ichigo's death.
Yep.
Number 5, Gen's betrayal. Number 4, Aizen's Kyokasui gets her.
Nice. Yes.
Number 3, Zangetsu's identity. Number 2, Aizen's death illusion. Number 1, Aizen betraying the Soul Society.
Alright, trick coming up here.
They publish it online, so their opinion's more valid than yours.
Oh, okay.
Trick coming up here.
I
Alright, so I have to get into Wind Temple here. We never got the Skull Hammer when we went to Forsaken Fortress 2. So we had to do a little dumb clip here. I hate this trick. This one's kind of annoying.
If you had the heavy boots.
1 second. Good.
Nice.
Alright, so heavy boots wouldn't do anything because we need Skull Hammer to break the thing. So we gotta learn the song and then go get Makar. So we're kind of doing what you normally would have to do because we need Makar for this dungeon. Unfortunately, you can't skip him because of 2 rooms at the beginning of the dungeon where he is needed. Unfortunately, there's no way around it. Even in any speedrun, there's no way to skip Makar.
Yo, Blake, can you get on that? Blake will find a way.
Do what?
Yeah.
Skip Makar, duh.
Oh, okay.
I always thought the other song.
You got this,
I
Blake.
forget what the other song
Get on the
is.
That's
tag.
God's lyric.
Yeah, I always thought that one sounded better than
Oh
this
yeah, it
one.
sounds way better.
Blake says, "I wish."
It's a Kokiri.
It's a,
It's
it's
Saria.
a little,
Bro.
it's a little cringe boy.
He just wants a hug.
I'm a little
Bro, is
cringe
that,
boy. Yep.
Has Ben drowned?
Oh my God, Ben! Ben, no!
Blake says he doesn't think it's possible.
I don't think it's ever going to be possible. I'll talk
Not
about,
with that attitude.
No, I'll talk about why it won't ever happen, probably.
But instead of explaining why not, you could think about how it could.
Yeah. If there was another way to plant trees besides Makar.
What if you...
Okay, so now we gotta go get Makar and then get the Iron Boots. The Iron Boots have 1 use to hit 1 switch in Wind Temple, and that's the only use for them. Unfortunately, you still need, unfortunately, we need to get them. But we're gonna go get Makar first.
I don't see how a car is going to help you in the ocean, but...
We're gonna go get Makar.
He'll pimp my car.
I'm in me mom's car.
I'm in my mum's car, vroom vroom. Get out me car. Aw. Which one of you does not flush toilet in bad shape? Disgusting.
This fucking one he is.
Yo, Beetle.
Yo.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. dinosaur
Beetle.
beetle
I'm
was the
sad
best
we don't
beetle.
get to see Beetle.
Oh, no, I think I prefer Wind Waker Beetle over Skyward Sword.
I just like the flying one and the fact. I just like how he just dumps you out if you don't buy anything.
Yeah, that's funny.
And then you go back, and then you follow him back at night, and he's
Yeah,
just
that's
like
hilarious.
a totally different dude.
I love doing
Just
it.
like,
Yeah.
hello, good sir. Good morrow. You see, to evolve and survive this ocean land, we ripped our heads off and turned into little seed turds. In a few thousand years, we're gonna just give you a little piece of shit every time you find us.
Dude, what if, you know how at the end of the forest temple, the new Deku tree, what
Yeah.
if that's the first Korok?
Oh.
Whoa.
Interesting. So watch carefully and you'll see the car disappear a little sooner than you probably should.
Yeah, after you beat the forest temple, like a little fat, like mini Deku tree comes and he's like, I'm the new Deku tree.
Bro, I can't believe they fucking ripped off My Hero Academia, though.
Alright, so we're gonna go get Iron Boots over at Ice Isle. And then we're gonna go to Wind Temple and then finally do our final dungeon.
Props to Tears of the Kingdom for letting him go in the Deku Tree's mouth, though. That's where you've always, that's everybody's always wanted to be.
Shoutouts for Chakra in time for doing it first.
Yeah.
In his mouth? You go in his mouth, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
You go into his whole That's the first dungeon of the game.
You go into his body, which was
You literally enter
weird
through his mouth.
because that's not the first dungeon where you go inside a creature's body.
And then you go into a fish's mouth.
Yeah.
Then you go into a fish's mouth later.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a nickel.
So if you-
If I had to
you
do a
had
dungeon
2 nickels.
inside someone's body, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that
happened
happened
twice.
twice. Perry the plumber?
You gotta parry the platypus, Josh.
Perry the platypus? I can't do it, dude. I could.
No,
I
can't
definitely
do it.
could. I think I could. I can't do it right now. I would
Parry
need
the
time.
platypus.
Perry the platypus.
I can't do it either.
Carry the carrot.
Really?
Let's see.
It's like most of no, I didn't make it happen. Jump slash isn't quite as fast.
Oh, Vanessa! She's with her mother.
I use one fire arrow. Calm all of this down.
It's called being a skilled archer.
It's called magic.
Magic.
Link's got the magic in him.
Got the magic.
No joke.
Gilded chest, guys. What are we getting?
Oh,
We're gonna be.
We're getting the Korok shield.
Goran's
It's a
lullaby.
Korok scene.
We're getting the Bremen mask.
Boots.
I need a randomizer that goes
Got the
across Breath of the
Yeezys.
Wild just so every chest can potentially be replaced with a Korok seed.
What are the boots?
Oh God.
Just normal iron boots.
And then every
Korok
Korok could be an item. Imagine how tilting that would be.
That'd be a randomizer. Like,
It's like, we're gonna set you up on the TV on the side, we'll check in every few hours. It's like, hey guys, welcome back. Today we're doing Korok seeds number fucking 500 through 248.
Alright, so we have everything we need. We got Makar up on the King's Head. We have our Iron Boots. And now we can go beat Wind Temple. This is another really difficult dungeon. This is the second most challenging dungeon. They're really close to Earth Temple. So definitely joke free once we get into the dungeon. We just gotta sail back over there now with Makar.
Have you thought about recontextualizing? Instead of thinking of it as the second most challenging, think of it as the second most opportunistic.
It is the second most cool.
Think about how many opportunities there could be in there. Stop framing it as challenges standing in your way.
They are challenging. I like thinking of it that way.
Opportunities to grow. No, everyone must conform to my TED Talk mindset. I am the sole truth. I am TED. This is my talk.
You are the TED.
One day a voice will boom through the sky. Well, thanks everybody for coming to my TED Talk. I've been TED. And that's the end. And then nothing ever happens again. We are all
There's
just
gotta
one.
be a TED Talk.
We are all just
I gotta
one.
get TED.
We are all just one elaborate TED Talk anecdote.
What has Ted ever talked about?
What if
Your
Ted is a
entire
hive?
life can be summarized in a TED Talk.
What if Ted is a hive mind of all the speakers?
We are all TED.
We are Ted. We are Legion.
Ted's talk.
Alright, so Makar's super slow. We have to pick him up and throw him so that he keeps up with us to play this song. Together!
Why is left the like going like dipping down sound?
Don't
I
make
don't-
us conform
Like
to
I
your
said, the other one is cooler.
geopolitical war
What?
nonsense.
So right now we only got 30 gigabytes left on my storage
Alright.
I think we'll be hopefully okay.
to finish. We'll see.
Dude, true cat.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Now.
How many more
We
minutes?
still have another hour and a half run after this.
Yes. I might stop the recording for a sec.
You'll get through this run. There's 20,
Yeah.
a little, probably 20 to 25 max.
There's probably like an hour of. There's probably like an hour and a half of tech scuff you could delete.
Well, you don't know, Josh. You could, or Joe, you could lose like an hour on the final boss.
You know what? I could actually get a really stupid crash on this boss.
Alright.
Cool.
That I've gotten 3 times. I actually got it last week, and it terrifies me. I'll talk about it more at the end of the dungeon. But here's one of the first uses for Makar. So Makar has this little thing where he plants these dumb trees. And you need them to open up iron bar doors. And there's no way to get around iron bar doors because you need them to... they're not a different loading zone, so you can't just load through them in this case. By going up and over the loading zone like we've done for other doors. So we do have to get rid of the bars. And we'll have to do that one more time in the next room. And then after that, you don't need them anymore, once he gets captured.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. This is my favorite Zelda soundtrack.
Wind Waker? Yeah, Wind Waker is really good. I like it a lot.
Particularly, I like Dragon Roost Island and Mulgara.
Yeah, I love Modera.
Mulgara is very good.
We'll be hearing Modera's theme very soon.
Garrett, you nuts.
Alright, so Makar's gonna get captured here, and we're just gonna say bye and not see him again.
Blue pants. Phantom Ganon. Fucking rip.
Alright, so we're gonna get chest storage again. This dungeon will be getting chest storage 2 times. The first time will be used to get down to the hookshot room, so we're gonna get just do a safety save here. Come on. It's not to be away. Alright, so we're going to get chest storage. Once again, the collision's removed so we can actually squeeze into these little posts by each door and just fall through. And then we can pull leaf, and this below us that we're going towards is the mini-boss room. So boss and mini-boss rooms, I haven't mentioned this yet, but they're separate from the dungeon. So they're complete separate loading zones. So if you can access the loading zone when you're in the room before it, you can load the room. Oh. And this is going to be a fight that's really nice to have light arrows, because it's very annoying if you don't. So this is one of the one of the best parts of the game to have light arrows early. Because this mini boss fight is pretty annoying to find. Because these guys will keep spawning other enemies if you don't beat them fast enough. It's pretty annoying, but 3 light arrows and they're dead. And that'll get you hookshot. And so once you go through a loading zone, you lose.
I've seen that.
Once you get through a loading zone, you lose chest storage. You lose chest storage, so we don't have chest storage anymore because we went into this boss area. Oops. So we're gonna have to.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of differences.
We're gonna have to get chest storage again in order to make our way quickly down to the boss room area. Or the
there's no Dawn Creed, and Arlong gets to eat at the Bratier and take Nami with him.
Alright, so this room has a
Yeah.
this room has a pretty tricky thing here. So we want to spawn an extra chest in this room. And so there's already one chest, but it has a key in it, and we need to use that key while we have chest storage. And so when you open up a chest for chest storage, you don't get the item until after you go through a loading zone. And so we wouldn't have the key in time to be able to use it. So what we do is, if you stand right on the edge of those and then jump slash, you won't go down and have to fight the enemies that you normally would have to. Normally you fall down those and then there's a bunch of enemies that spawn. And so by doing that trick there, you can avoid that and still spawn the chest. So now we get the key and we have this chest. And get chest storage again. And this time it's going to fade to black. And that's because this is one of those bigger cinematic openings where it's a bigger item. So with those, it always fades to black for the big cutscene. So it you have to navigate blind there. But it's pretty easy to do with the mini map, especially in that room.
Take a mini nap.
So here we got to clip through once again. And get down to the basement of the dungeon, and this will lead you toward the boss room area. And so now, because we opened up one of those more cinematic opening bigger chests with chest storage, and it gets rid of the music because it plays the big opening theme or whatever. So now the music is gone in the dungeon, and a lot of the sounds are gone. So you pretty much just hear like enemies, and that's about it. So it's kind of weird. You don't really hear anything. So now we're just going to make our way across this room and one more room after that, and we'll be in the boss room already.
Oof.
Really?
Oh, why is there no sound?
I just explained that.
I wasn't paying attention.
She hasn't been...
At my computer.
Yeah. Okay. So, once again, there's a sound block over here. This one's pretty funny to skip with chest storage. Oh, whoops. Type those up too early. You can literally just walk up this with chest storage. It's pretty good. So this is a really... it's not that hard of a boss fight. There are some strats that are pretty tough, but there is a chance on the Japanese version that we're playing on for this fight to cause a crash, and it would lose about 6 minutes.
1 in 10, 1 in 5.
It's not good if that happens.
Is it just random?
There are a lot of theories on how this is determined. Nothing is known. So there are going to be some strats that I do to try to limit lag and get rid of some of the little enemies that pop around to try to make it less of a chance. But there's really not much you can do. One thing I will be doing is I won't be doing any spin attacks that has a little more lag. I'll be just doing regular slashes, and then I'll be trying to get rid of some of the mini Mulgeras that pop out of the ground. And that'll help to make it less likely. Doesn't happen that often. I've had it happen to me 3 times since running this game, which is about a year now. And it's only on the Japanese version. This doesn't happen on the English.
Just do the entire thing in English.
That would be very slow.
The
We did
potential 6-minute time is far worse.
You're gonna lose more than 6 minutes to play in English. Here's the best theme though for boss music. Okay, so this part I'm going to be doing an air snipe. Oh my gosh. This might be a little bit weird here. Okay, I'm going to try to get him. Good. That. So that's one. We're going to try to do that same strat again. Oh, it was a see. I couldn't find them there. That's alright. So we got one of them, at least I gotta show off the trick. So ideally you get that twice. This is a good spawn now. Alright, so this is the last cycle here. Come on. There we go. Alright. So I took some damage there because I have storage. So if we don't hear the boss music, that means we got the crash. So if we get the boss music, then we're good. Good. Alright, no crash.
Cool.
Oh my god, it's the Triforce. You know, no one ever talks about trying to claim the big fucking wings that are stronger than the Triforce because they're always around it.
Alright, so that's your final dungeon. So now we gotta go and beat the game.
Beat the game. Beat the
Oh, here's Makar. He somehow got out of his jail.
Duh, he served his time like a good citizen. It would be best if in these music scenes the Master Sword had like a spirit that could dance with you
No.
and sing.
I never really enjoyed those cutscenes, to be honest.
Really?
Coward. Yeah, idiot.
I like all the other cutscenes in Scarlet.
Oh, yeah.
Like when Girahim licks you.
Yes, he looks. It's a beautiful thing. Alright, so fully charged Master Sword.
It has acquired yet more girth.
Alright, so we're gonna do one more Super Swim. We haven't done a Super Swim in a little while. So we're gonna be heading back to Forsaken Fortress now. We spawned that warp earlier that went from Gan's Tower to Forsaken Fortress, and now we can take that back for a quick access back down to Hyrule to Gan's Tower.
This character is compelling.
Yeah, I wonder how far back their relationship goes.
The map fish is actually just the tail of Jabu Jabu stretching across the entire island. He's a two-headed fish. The one you met earlier is just a fake head.
Yeah, he's like cat dog.
It's like an anti-angler fish, you know?
He's a fish.
Alright, I'll need some quiet for this final swim here. Heading back to Forsaken Fortress. Stop.
Oh look, there was an arrow pointing at the fortress.
Annoying. So once your side hop goes below the ground you start on, then you lose the side hop. So that's why I kind of lost it right away there. Good. So now I just gotta get up close to the island here. Alright, so we're gonna jump over. This isn't ideal, but it'll get us there. So that's the final swim of the run. So we can come here and go and head back to Grand Star.
You raise me up. You ever think about how many jobs
It all
Link
comes full
costs?
circle.
By
Alright.
putting all the demons that'll work.
This cutscene right here is really important. So this cutscene is normally one that you watch in Forsaken Fortress 2 when you first get here. If you weren't able to watch this cutscene, you would have to sail here because you need the Kinderberg Lions to get into this purple warp. So, luckily when we came here earlier, the way we came to Forsaken Fortress 2 when we beat it was via this warp. So we never triggered that cutscene. So thankfully we could trigger it now and spawn the Kinderberg Lions into the cutscene, which is really, really nice. Otherwise you'd have to sail.
Sail!
Alright, so let's go beat the game.
Question.
Yes.
Do we have to fight Puppet Gaming?
What do you think? No.
Okay.
Just
like I thought.
But what if? Yes.
that's okay. Alright, so we're gonna make our way up the staircase here. We do need to beat these guys because we're gonna be doing a trick to skip the we'll be skipping Puppet Ganon, but we'll also be skipping the cutscene that is right before Puppet Ganon. So we need to have access to the door and able to do that. In order to do that, so you need to kill all these enemies. You could get into the door and trigger the cutscene without killing these guys, but it's faster to kill them and then do the cutscene skip.
Or you could do a BLJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, just BLJ.
Question, Joe.
To me that
Are we gonna fight again?
Yes.
is not the
We're
first
almost there.
Demon King.
Okay, need some quiet here.
Spirit Tracks has Demon King Malladus.
So, I'm gonna get storage here for the final time. Well, actually, we gotta get it twice in a row, but the final storage trick here. I'm gonna get storage, open the door, and it's gonna force me to be in front of this door. This is a different kind of door for getting door storage for, because it's a door that goes through a loading zone, so it allows you to essentially walk through walls. Certain walls, anyway. And so what we're gonna do is get a little position here. And this is all because of the door storage. And I have storage right now. I'm going to hit the loading zone while I void out from the bomb. And it's going to store the cutscene and spawn me here. And now, here's Zelda. Link and Zelda are in bed together. That's interesting.
We should get a lullaby.
And so now we're going to grab a ferry. And head out this way. And let's go fight Ganon, folks.
Ooh, zombie hover.
Oh, it's Ganondorf.
Ganondorf.
I'm not scared of you anymore, Ganondorf.
27.9.
Now, I'm gonna say, I think it was like a classic mistake.
That's another classic Link face. He's like, who?
I'm gonna say, it might have been a classic mistake of the generations of Hyrule to let Ganondorf build his tower like fucking 2 blocks down from the castle.
I never understood that either.
Just think that maybe, just maybe, they should have not let him do that.
Why
Maybe,
So-
just maybe, they should have moved.
Ganondorf here technically has like a 10 head. Not even a 4 head or a 5 head or a 6 head. It's like a 10 head. Little gem does nothing for him.
I disagree.
Punched, backed, slapped.
No, not our master sword.
Like fucking 2 inches and the game would just be over. Because
Yeah.
Zelda would be dead.
This is
Then there'd be no point.
what I would consider the most brutal Ganondorf death.
No, yeah.
In Zelda.
Oh, this guy's all nose.
Having
Oh, he knows.
Mm-hmm.
having had the final phase of Tears of the Kingdom boss spoiled, but on an accident, yeah, you're probably right. I don't think it's gonna match. I mean, I think there's something to say for the Zant neck snap, but
That's pretty good. But yeah, I think this is about. I don't know. I think I prefer.
that's more
the-
just weird than anything.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Claim the magic Dorito.
Claim
Yo,
the
can we get some Doritos in the chat?
Touch this shit.
claim
and
the
fuck
Cool
you,
Ranch.
Bitch. Get bent, loser, Triforce Blast.
This is my Triforce.
He's not actually touching it.
This
He's
is mine.
if you go into free cam, he's not touching the Triforce here. It's kind of interesting.
But
If you go into free cam, he's not touching the Triforce. It's kind of hoverheading. It's kind of funny. All right, is everyone ready to laugh together with Ganon?
wah ha
It's
ha
funny.
ha.
I need to hear you laughing loud to hype up this. Here we go. Yeah. All right, great job, everybody. Let's fight this guy.
Well, what is there to do but murder some teenagers now?
Let's go stab him in the forehead.
Let's go stab her. Well, my plans have been ruined. Time to stab some midgets.
All right, so Ganondorf has 3 phases. First phase, we need to get him hit by 3 light arrows, and that's definitely the most tricky of the phases.
Yeah,
It's like,
I get it.
I get it, dude.
It's like I'm the hero of the wind.
and you're just so.
And like,
All right, I'll need some time here.
He'll need some time.
Time will be coming up relatively soon here, so you know. Uh-oh. That's not ideal. Really?
Can't you just hit Ganon with the light arrows?
We need... That's her job. We need to hit him with the master sword.
it's about teamwork.
Makes the dream work.
Oh, that was bad on my part. I should have went harder more. Okay. Alright, that's phase 1. He's gonna smack her.
Domestic abuse, go!
Oh, that was early.
He could have just hit the cannon.
Yo, do a helm splitter.
Okay. Time's coming up. Where's Zelda?
Watch me do a 360 no scope.
Alright.
Bam.
And... Time!
Bam!
Woo! Woo!
420.
420.
420.
420, 51.
He just kind of stands there too. It's just
Takes it like a
Sword
bullet.
and stone.
You see,
he's
you
the
may,
new pedestal for the Master Sword.
You see, you may have killed me, Link, but you'll never stop my son, Bannon.
Bannon.
Oh no.
Borunen.
Ganon, the next generation.
Woo. How you feeling on this run, Joe?
Good.
That was a pretty cool run.
Yeah, this is fun.
Pretty. It was like you were. If I had to rank this in terms of like a height, it'd be like you jumped to the moon.
Moonjump.
I think this is probably my favorite BGDH run I've ever done, maybe.
Ooh.
Probably tied with. I think my Skyward Sword run still might be pretty close, but I think this one might bop it as far as how proud I am of it. For the story of, a year ago I started it, and then getting to this point is super cool. And being 6 minutes off PB in this run is not bad at all. This is a hard run. We, I think we missed 2 super swims. That were both in the Triangle Island series of swims. We missed the first one once and the third one once. And besides that, we got all the swims, which I was really happy about. Earth Temple I took really safe, so we lost a bit of time there. And there were some other spots I took things really safe and some other time losses. But really, the only major time losses that I can really think of were the 2 missed super swims. I'm sure there were some other things. And we did spend a little bit of extra time on the arrow trick for the boomerang skip in Gang's Tower, but that's a hard trick to do. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with this one. Whew. Did you guys enjoy it?
He's
Have fun?
in the shape of his hero costume.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the
Yes,
hero
my
costume.
Yeah.
sperm tail hat. No, I need a boat still.
Yeah,
Get back up here, you fucker. How are we supposed to get home?
So you'll see in just a second. We can watch this last little cutscene before the credits start.
Yeah. Where'd you take Tetra's clothes?
Why?
It's weird that you took them.
Did he pull a Luke?
I don't care if
Wasn't
you're
even
her
there to begin with.
great granddad. There's good old Tetrazini.
She's back.
My God, where'd
Melanin
Zelda go?
back.
Where did Zelda go?
Where'd Zelda go, bruh?
There's Zelda.
Yeah, Zelda.
Prince Kamali is
Let's
Zelda.
see.
That's what the nose is. It's the
The dragon.
The reader
I'd
in
like
this
to
game
know-
would always throw me off.
They're pirate. We do not see them do one fucking bit of pirating.
Ooh. Blake says, stay tuned in December for something special. Ooh.
The cat is eating the forks.
You know what? I'd rather that than food.
Oh, Leafy is here again.
No, he's never here.
Shout out
when
to
did
Blake
Link
though,
change?
Legend of Lane,
Caleb,
for
he's
helping a lot
literally
with
the cringiest YouTuber.
this run, making it what it is. A lot of strats
Oh
and
my God, there's a fucking
making the code
Where's
so we
the
have
goddamn
both.
catapult?
So we had both cheats available in the same code was really nice, and helped a lot developing the run, and gave me a lot of motivation to really try to do well in this run. I know I can push this run down to sub 225 if I really push it. I don't think I will. I think I'm going to take a break. I've been running this game for a long time, and this was kind of where where my vision was. So I'm going to take a break from it for a while. But anyway, that's the Wind Waker Moonjump All Dungeons.
There we
All
go.
right.
Nice.
Okay, now we got a little video.
Now
I
it's
guess.
time for the wind to sleep again.